Yeah, so hello, welcome in, guys, to Off the Line Racing. We're here in Hungary for round five. I am joined by OTLR Tonsi.
Yeah, welcome everyone to the Hungaroring. Here we are in Europe, back here again. Last week out we were in Silverstone, and now we are here in the Hungaroring. Two tracks that are closely linked in the real life calendar, and are now closely linked in the OTLR calendar. Bear with a sec. There we go. Okay, I can speak properly now. So we have a lovely high downforce circuit here in Hungary. We have 14 corners. We are going clockwise. So drivers are going to be turning right, then they are left. Hopefully they'll be going in the right direction. As also, we have got net 18 drivers. So there are four people currently not in. Juice has just vanished somewhere, but he did say in the chat. And then we had three people turning up late, two people unaccounted for. So we have a good turnout today. We have 14 corners at the track. I've already said that. And yeah, it's a high downforce circuit. There's going to be a lot of DRS games. Only one zone on the circuit that you can use to overtake. So most of the lap is spent following the car ahead. So how are you going to incorporate that into your tight strategy? How are you going to incorporate that into your race pace? How are you going to use that to your advantage, Lanky? How do you think people are going to cope today?
Um, it's From what I know of experience, it's a difficult one on the tyre management. That middle sector really heats the tyres up, and you get a lot of thermal deg as you're coming through there. So I would expect this softs not to be used in the race, which they don't really get used that often anyway on this game. But it's definitely a harder compound favoured track.
Yeah, I definitely think that also this it can be affected by weather. I'm not sure. Did you say that?
Sorry?
Did you say anything about weather then? Like, I zoned out a little bit.
No, I didn't mention
I was
anything
doing
on the
invites, so
weather.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't want to just have you say something and then me just reiterate it as if it wasn't
No,
said at
no.
all. Didn't want to make it look like I wasn't listening because I was doing inviting some people who are turning up late. We've got Sid. Is Sid in? Should be. No, he's not yet.
Uh,
He will be soon though.
Not yet.
It's Juice. Juice is back. Juice is back. So that's lovely to see. First car on circuit though, I believe, is
Alkai in the Haas.
yeah, I believe this is his debut, so it'd be nice to follow this driver on his first ever lap. He's using a controller, I can tell by the stiff movements of the wheel in the cockpit cam. So it'd be nice to see this driver set a practice a lap, his first ever OTLR session.
Yeah, he's coming around the final corner, so he's just about to get that lap underway. So we'll stay on board with him. Like you say, he's first race this week, so be interesting to see what this guy can do. I did have the pleasure of doing a couple of open lobbies with him yesterday, and he seemed to have some pace to him. So
Just
compared
for
to
at the
me,
beginning,
anyway.
I am gonna check my audio if I remember from last week it was correct. Bear with. I sound lovely.
Yes, nice and clear. At
Oh,
least
and the
that's not
chat's
an issue
working
this
for me
week.
as well. Now that the chat is working, I can click the exclamation mark Discord. Exclamation mark Discord chat. Exclamation mark Discord in the chat means that you'll get a link to the Discord if you would like to join the community. Make sure you do.
Yeah, so if you want to get yourself, especially if you want to get yourself involved in some of the racing, we're constantly expanding. We're currently in our third season. We've got an AM tier as well as two European tiers currently. We've just got Alkai now. He's making his run down to the line. He's going to put the first lap down. It's going to be a 14.6 as the first time on the board, which LR Luke comes in and immediately takes a faster lap, and PW Jones, but we'll go with LR Luke's with a 13.8 as the current fastest lap out of the five that have put a lap down.
Tyrant King has just crossed the line. I thought he was going to put a lap time down, but he's actually started a lap. And Xbox VRX said he is going to start a lap 2. Got a few drivers on track on laps now.
Yeah, I'm just
Furthest along
coming.
the order, I believe, is Dynamic Duo.
I'm just on with
Actually,
Juice. He's coming to the
Juice,
end of
yeah.
sector 2. Yeah, seems like he's on a lap. He's got a purple middle sector. got
Purple
two
middle
corners
six
to
was
go.
good.
We've got the tight hairpin, nice and tight on the apex there. It's very easy. Like the back end wants to squiggle away from you when you're trying to put the power down out of that corner.
Yeah, but he puts the power down nicely. He comes out the final corner. He crosses the line, goes P2 with a 1:14.377. That's a good lap time there from Juice XIX in his Red Bull, formerly of the Ferrari car in his previous drives here in OTLR. Now in the 5th round of this season, fighting in the Red Bull. It's round 5, isn't it, or round 4?
So
We had
only one person in the
Australia.
13s. Yeah,
It was round 4.
Australia first was round
Australia,
1.
China, Britain, Hungary, round 4. Nearing the end of the part
Yeah,
of the season where
next
people
week.
fall into their natural positions. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I was just going to say next week, the halfway point, round 6, will be Japan. The same as IRL, which wasn't planned for, but that's just the way it's worked out on our
Yeah.
calendar.
As we see some drivers just coming around to set their bankers, do you want to talk about some real life Formula 1 and F125? We have a couple of talking points there. What would you like to start on, the real life drama or the have you seen the new trailer?
I did. I saw it about an hour ago. So
Ooh,
yeah, I've recently seen it. Looks okay.
couple of takeaway points.
Yeah, it's the trailer doesn't give away too much on what they're gonna, obviously what they're changing and what they're gonna bring in, but from what I've heard with I used to like doing a little bit of career mode, so the my team career. So hearing that they're gonna have a little reshuffle on that and give that a freshen up, I like the sound of. But yeah, it's sort of one of those, like the trailer. It looks decent, but it doesn't give away any of the answers that most of us have questions for.
I think that's a nice way to put it. I think Breaking Point 3 is a bit of an empty promise. I did have F1 2023, and I don't think I loaded up Breaking Point one time, and that's the dead honest truth. I didn't load it up once. So I'm not intending to play Breaking Point 3 in the slightest. I mean, it's one of the worst modes I think they've ever brought out. Sorry to be so negative, but as someone who lives for the like Breaking Point holds the same energy to me as what, like, when you know, in a racing film where they're going down a straight, you know, and then they just decide to go full throttle and then overtake the person ahead just on the premise that they want to. You know, like them stupid scenes where you're like, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Or like in like
The
Drive to
cutscenes.
Survive, where the lights go out and then before turn one, the radio on the film is set to push. Like, they're not just, do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Or like, they get strategy messages on the opening lap. It's just like stupid. It really breaks the immersion for me. I need it to be real, a challenge. I need to actually be pushing. Because on Breaking Point, the hardest difficulty, it's just not. It's just too easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had much experience with the Breaking Point myself. Maybe on the
I
first
played
one.
the first one.
Yeah, just to see what it was all about. But just while we were talking about that, Tico put himself up into 4th. That was one guy I was on board with. I'm just on board with Sid. He's about to, he's just finished his 2nd sector, so he's about to put his first lap time on the board. But I was just looking at the current times. There's a lot of people. If you look at Tico in 5th, he's got a 14.52, and then right down to 10th at the moment with Spacefan Bailey, he's on a 14.698. So there's a cluster of like 6 cars, 7 now, because Sid's just put himself right in that mix. 7 cars that are within like 1-2 tenths of each other, so quite close with current bankers.
Somebody's clipped my commentary. I'm just listening to it now.
See, I find it strange listening to it. I watch the races back afterwards because there's always stuff that you see that you didn't see the first time round. It's the same as watching a film. Oh, okay, yep. Sid's just had a snap there, and I've flicked off him. He's managed to keep out the wall, so luckily for him, he's managed to avoid any damage.
Yeah, just bear with us. I'm getting requests for invites. Some people have a connection issue.
Yeah, I'll let you sort that bit out in a minute. Then we've got Turbo's now, and he's about to finish his first lap. So I think we're got most of the drivers that have said they're going to be here tonight. I think there was a guaranteed 18, weren't there? You said at the beginning, and then 2 that were missing. But Turbo did a 15.6, so yeah, only 2 cars currently that don't have a time down yet, with Swifty in the B car, and then Go in the kick, who's on an out lap, so he's about to start his lap, so I'm on board with him now. So we've got one person in the 13s at the minute, LR Luke with the pole lap, and then a 14 flat for Juice, and everybody down to 11th then is in the 14s. So we've got some decent banker laps that have been set by most of the grid, majority of the grid so far. Gogo's just coming up to the chicanes. It was nice through there. You've got to be careful with them curbs. You take too much of them and you can send the car up into the air and lose an awful lot of time. So.
Yeah, I can see the person I was inviting is now back in their car. It was Swifty, and he's on an outlap now. But
So
Gogo,
the second guy
he's
is not currently one. Yeah.
apologies.
Sorry.
Go
Carry on.
is go around the final bends over the lap, goes through turn 13, has a nice run through there. Turn 14, you want to carry as much speed as you can, scrape off as little as you can, use as much surface as you can. You could have used a little bit more there, probably stuck the foot to the floor a bit harder, but it doesn't matter because he takes P5 on the grid. It's a good banker lap for him. He's got 7 minutes now to get round and go again.
I think he is also one of our debutants tonight. Go, so.
Interesting stuff. Now, I'm just going to have a peek at the standings briefly, just before we go into the final part of qualifying, to give you an idea of who is where. Looking. No, that's like E1. PW Jones, second person. First person, sorry, this season to take more than one win across 3 races. He's leading the Drivers' Championship. He's followed by Fajas, whose seat was revoked based on connection. So that is 1 contender down. The closest contender is Luke, who currently resides on provisional pole, and he extends his lead by a couple of tenths. 1:13.604. Just as I was saying that, it was written
right
in
as
the
you were
stars,
talking about
in
him.
the lines. He waited for that. I know he waited for that. So he's
yeah,
going to
he
be
heard his name.
primed to get gains today. PW Jones on an out lap. He's going to start his lap now. Oh my god, it's all coming out perfectly. He's on the run to turn 1. As I say that, I saw the flicker of the out lap tab go. He's just on the brink of pushing into the 14s, as are 3 drivers here in 2nd, 3rd and 4th, all within a tenth of each other. He comes around turn 4, I believe, because there's that little kink in the straight. It's a lovely turn. He needs to lock up the front left and the front right if you're not careful. Stay flat through the rest of it. Coming to this section here, it is to invalidate on the outside. You don't want to do that. He goes purple instead. The track map is purple. It is not red. It is now. Turns, you'll have to forgive me if I'm not the numbers. I need to freshen up on that. But you know what? It doesn't matter because he's taking them so quick. It doesn't give me the time to debate it within myself. Another part of the track here that is easy to invalidate. He doesn't want to do that. He's going to be focused on that championship standings. He's going to be focused on the cars and the corners ahead of him. Purple in the 2nd sector now. All drivers ahead in the pits, unable to retaliate as of now. He's putting himself in a position that's a bit precarious here because he might not have the time to come round again, so he's going to have to make this count. He's got 1 corner to do so, rounds it with high speed, high traction, and he's using high amounts of tarmac, barely scraping onto the white line, goes across the line. He's unable to dethrone Luke,
close.
who stays at P1. Wow. 3 purple sectors though, apparently.
Yeah. So I thought he was going to be on for a pole there, so must have been coming down the final straight maybe. No, because it was 3 purple, so I don't know. Personal bests.
Cook.
But that's two of our drivers now in the 13s. So good lap off of PW there. to put himself up on the front row with LR Luke as it stands.
Sorry, just loading up the
Left
chat so I
out.
could keep an eye on it. Hilly, P5. He's a returning driver. He's invalidated his current attempt, but he's going to have the attempt again. Hilly, interesting story. He has not raced in over a year until I think it was round 2 or even the previous race last week. I'm rooting for this guy. I shared a title fight with this guy and he won. Hence why I am sitting in the commentary booth. I am James Hunt and this man is Nicky Lauda in the equivalent story in our little experience with each other. I'm really rooting for this man, you know.
His turbo, I think he improved slightly. He's got a 14.5 there. He's just gone across the line. So we've got Swifty, who's the only guy on a lap at the moment, as everybody's in the pit preparing for their final run, and Swifty has gone in, so he was on his in lap. So yeah, that's just got SF Bailey, and everybody's now starting to make their way out for our final dash of qualifying here at Hungary.
This is a fast lap and it is one to be reckoned with. You must focus at all times around this circuit. Interesting corners like turn 1. You can brake so much later into turn 1 than the corner invites you to, but you need to brake a lot harder than it invites you to. You need to be careful.
It's one of them
PW
tracks
Jones
that
Luke
feel nice though.
has the edge at this track. Yeah, it does feel nice
when you get the
right.
middle sector right. Yeah, the flow to it.
It's one of my personal favourites.
So yeah, I'm just on board with SF Bailey as he's just started his final lap. What we presume to be his final hot lap. He's got plenty of space in front of him, so shouldn't have to worry too much about any traffic.
Swifty having some Wi-Fi troubles, hence his poor lap time there down at the bottom of the field. He'll probably be starting last of the runners in qualifying. There might be a couple of people joining in the interim. They will start behind. So, Space Fan Bailey, first driver to say his final piece here in qualifying. He's got one sector to go. I wonder what the lap time will be. What are you expecting here, Lanky?
Oh,
Big snap.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't know now after that snap. But it was looking a pretty tidy lap up to that point. So that definitely would have cost him some time. So not what SF Bailey would have hoped for. But I don't think he'll have the battery to attempt another going again, and the tyres will be screaming. So that would probably be him done. And just everyone's pretty much on their out laps. We've just all starting laps at the minute.
Yep, just had confirmation. Well, yeah, confirmation that one of our debutant drivers was unaware of the 6:30 start today instead of 7, and he's going to join in the lobby reset. So it's going to be a last to first challenge for him.
As long as he is in before we go into the main race, then he's all good. As we've got LR Luke now, just finishing his last run. So see if he manages to improve on that 13.6, and he does. He goes with a 13.4. So Luke setting the benchmark for the whole of this qualifying.
Yeah. So just so you're aware that Alec has to start last because Pucci is ahead in the standings. So Alec will be last in his debut. Everyone is crossing the line. Dynamic Joe goes P4.
Oh, someone's Aston Martin. Yeah, he's crashed that Sexmus VRXE. I can't get onto him.
No. Trying my best.
Oh, this flicking through is not the easiest on console, I must admit.
The KFC bloke is doing drifts at the final corner intentionally because he's about to date his last lap time. I wonder how our head stewards will feel about that when I send that clip in. I won't really, but just calling them out, make sure it doesn't happen in the race.
I'm just going to be on with PW. He's going to come to the end, yeah, see if he manages to improve his arc. No, he doesn't, so he stays with a 13.8. He He stays on the front row with LR Luke. So that's the front row that the two front rows been set. Everybody's now, yeah.
That's
Tico, I saw Tico start his lap pretty late, so he's just coming to the end of it.
He's invalidated.
Yeah. So is that everybody? Or Snowbody?
Snowbody
Last man, and he's invalidated as well. So yeah, that's our grid set for Hungary.
The order will be Luke, PW,
Decent,
Jones,
yeah,
Juice.
four attempts clear almost.
Yeah, Luke, PW, Jones, Juice, your top three. Dynamic Joe in P4 and in P5 besides somebody who I did not get a glimpse of before the transition to the lobby reset has happened. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to bear that in mind. Hilly, P5, now sits his best qualifying position upon his return to racing after 1 year hiatus. Alcon, his debut, sits P6. That's a good qualifying for him. And Gogo, another debutant in the Kick Sauber, doing the opposite of what they do in real life, getting into some good positions there. KFC Bloke and Xmas round out the top 9 with Tico round out the top 10. Accidentally stopped one too early. Bailey, Turbo Snell Jr., Sid, Tyrant King, and Snowbody Cares round out the top 15. Piney Penguin and Swifty Follower round out the qualifiers. Poochie Head will start P18 because of his championship standing status compared to debutant Alec, who is yet to put himself up there, who will start last because of the rules.
Yeah, so if this was going to be the race, they would have been starting in glorious sunshine. I wonder what they're going to get for the actual race after this lobby reset. There's the AM tier that was on Monday. They had a mixed condition race, and the rain seemed to progressively get worse. It sort of come in halfway through the race, and then progressively got worse throughout. Sort of at the end, it was on the border. There wasn't much time difference between the intermediates and the wets. So yeah. What would you like to see? Would you like a fully dry race or a mixed condition?
I think I'd like a dry race. We've got a few debutants today, so I'd like to see their pace. I just want to see some good and fair action.
Yeah, it's one of them tracks that's difficult to overtake at in or like in the dry, and there's only that one main DRS zone. So in the wet, it is pretty hard to get the moves done. But I suppose you can say that about any track in a way. But
yeah, if I can just check my audio, my mic went a bit funny there for a moment, and I had to plug it back in.
yeah, you sound good for me. So just see what it's like on the stream.
I think it's good.
So yeah, grid set for round 5, almost at the halfway point. I think most drivers' favourable tracks are probably in the second half of the season, but we'll find that one out once we come to them. But yeah, I mean, with how close it was in that qualifying, I think we're set for quite a few battles during this race if it stays dry.
Yeah, I hope it stays dry. I hope it stays sunny and nice, and we have a nice, quick, not quick because I don't want to be here, but nice, quick, high standard sort of race.
Yeah, high octane.
Yeah.
Like, give us some action instead of being tentative in the wet.
Right until we get into the lobbies. I reckon I need to.
Yeah, so I'd get this grid set quick. So it's Poochie, wasn't it? Who's the guy to start at the back? Let me double check.
Right, I need to invite.
As Poochie's ahead of you. Oh no, Poochie's not the one last. Alec will be last.
Alec will be last. Poochie will be ahead of
Alec will
Alec.
be last. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I know a couple of other people needed invites as well.
Poochie's not here. Um. Yeah, so just is Poochie joining?
Yeah, I'm just following all that stuff up. Yeah, at the moment, just that's why I'm silent.
Yeah, yeah, it's just Poochie. I need Poochie if he's joining so I can put him in front of Alec.
Who are the two people I yet to join? Poochie and
It's
Alec.
just Poochie and Gamer.
Okay, okay. Gamer's here. Gamer's gonna have to start. I'll tell you where. I'll tell you where. I'll tell you where. Gamer
Yeah.
versus Poochie in the standings, isn't it? Yeah. Quickly, quickly, quickly.
No, Alec, because
Alec,
well, yeah,
Alec's debut. Gamer's last in the standings. So Poochie, Gamer, Alec.
Poochie, Gamer, Alec. Yeah.
Yup, yup, yup.
So I just need Poochie, and then we'll give him another minute, and then.
Told him he's been granted 1 minute. I'll invite him now. Oh, is he in?
No, he's not in yet. Mm-mm-mm. Right. That calls it. Everything's off. Simulation ghosting's back on.
Oh yeah, he's updating. Fuck it, go.
Yep. The call has been made and they are ready and up.
It's my turn this week for light tide.
Yeah, you take it. You... Set Sean in the chat. I've just loaded the Twitch chat.
Yep, just while we're loading in, Corey's got the graphic up over in the other race, so lovely from him. Next week we have Japan, followed by the second half of the season, Belgium, Baku, they're in Azerbaijan, Austria, Jeddah, Brazil, and Bahrain, the new final race of the season, swapped with Silverstone for reasons that I can't wrap my head around. I'm just based on
Spain.
the fact that I haven't been told.
It was Bahrain was swapped with Spain because of the bump in the third sector.
So we're hoping
just
it's
to avoid any
patch before we get there. Is that what we're hoping?
Yeah. So just to avoid anybody's race getting ruined, with it being the final race as well, with anybody's race getting ruined by that bump, we took it out and replaced it with a similar track sort of layout, you know, sort of. Bahrain and Spain, I'd say they're similar in the way that you race them, like downforce levels, sort of. Yeah, we decided to go with Bahrain as its replacement.
This is the race where people will see their championship fates turn around. Before us, we have a high downforce, high octane, sunny track for you. It's going to be hot on the tarmac, hot in the heads of the drivers, because this is the fourth round of off-the-line racing. This is the point in where we see the drivers fall into their natural pace positions. Fifth round? Oh yeah, it is the fifth round.
Sorry.
I miscounted. No, you're good. You should be correcting me. I should be brushing up on that. I thought it was the fifth earlier, and then I thought I was wrong. But now obviously I was right in the first place. We have a full grid for you today. We have debutants, we have returning drivers, we have OGs of the game, we have everything. Exclamation mark Discord if you would like to be part of the community, and go over to YouTube if you'd like to see our tier 1 race that's currently going on. I'm going to pop a waving emoji in the chat while I'm there. Just saying hello to the boys. Wave.
Yeah, as I can see, we've got 19 people in at the moment, so
20.
Yeah.
Oh no, Poochie couldn't make it 19. But Poochie, he had an update. I don't know what's Wayne making us wait for the line. I can't hear the timer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just gone off.
Oh, there we go. It's just gone off. So what's gone on are 4 lights and then 5 before the drivers of off the line racing will go. And tell you what, Dynamic Duo's had a flyer. He's gained on PW Jones, who's struggling. Juice is also getting up there with him. He's got into P2. He's got the outside line. Dynamic Duo has the inside line. Has on the inside for the first time. His first touring off the line racing. He's going to make up 2 positions. One of them on Hilly, who's a driver who's been here for years. We've got Xmas VRXZE going up the inside, and he's got two positions from that. But Gogo's made contact with Sid, and he's had a bit of a moment. He's had a half spin, and a Williams, Tyrant King has been pushed onto the tarmac. I've seen a Papaya M plate go flying. That's Turbo Snail. Had such a bit of so much effort put into get into this race with his connection issues. Has now seen some damage fall his way on the first lap. Bad luck in qualifying on his connection, and bad luck on lap 1 in the race. Dynamic Duo I'm on board with now. He's just behind Luke Juice and PW Jones, who are in the podium positions. Coming out of Sector 2, it's been a pretty chaotic start. We've had a couple of people lose positions. Hilly down, I think it's 2 positions from his side. Sid up 5 and Piney Penguin up 6. Piney Penguin in the kick Albers up into 10th position. We've got a crash. It's a huge crash. We've got a safety car into Red Bull in space. Van Bailey, he's spun into the wall after the fast right-hander in start of Sector 3. Just as the timing line is there, so it all comes now into a state of calm as the race is neutralised. Those with damage are able to pit. Forgive my stirs, I'm out of breath after that.
I
Gonna
don't know
crack
what's
open a
going
Dr.
on
Pepper.
here with the McLaren. It's
He's got damage.
SF Bailey's car is like glitching all over the place, and that was make it. I think he had to wait for Bailey's car to get past him.
Bailey's crashed.
Yeah, I think he's left the session.
He's out.
He's retired. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I managed to get to it. He's dropped it and hit a wall, and he's completely out. He's just dropped it.
Oh, on mine, his
But
car's
debris
perfectly
everywhere.
fine and driving around.
What?
Yeah, on my game, he's. Oh no, sorry, ignore me. I thought that was space. It went to space fan because I just noticed where my little RTI LT thing is. Yeah, I tried going to him and I thought it put me on him because it like teleported, but it was on Swifty, so ignore me. That was a B carb, not a Red Bull. The wrong kind of Red Bull, the sugar-free version. But no, chaotic start as a quote from your words, as it was. It is a tight track, so it's difficult when everybody's together like that, but it wasn't too bad. Like nothing ridiculous. It was just hard battling for, your typical hard lap, first lap. Try and gain as much as you can.
Yeah, I agree. It was quite the show. Alec, he's up 5 positions, but he's not in the lobby. I have invited him.
Yeah, so biggest gainer of position so far was Piney.
Yeah. Wow, good start, Piney Penguin in the King
Yeah.
Sabre up to the points 10 positions for the first time this season. Alex is back into the car.
Sid up 5,
Sid,
Piney
yeah.
up 6, yeah, and then our biggest was Gogo from that incident at the start, but he's managed to get himself back into 13th. I think he went right to the back, or he was near there, yeah. So he's managed to recoup some of the time lost.
Folks, we've been getting some temperature into their tyres. The sun is out and the clouds are absent here in the Hungaroring today, just as I'd wished in qualified. So we've got 33 laps to go. We are inclusive of the laps yet to be done.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I think it was just, it didn't look anything malicious on track. It was just one of them early start incidents that has brought out this early safety car, but it will help pretty much. Let me have a look at the yeah, pretty much everybody, because only Alec and the KFC bloke have opted to start on the hards, so this will save the mediums. Once they get warm on this track, they really do start struggling, so this will save them a little bit, and being able to maybe take this stint a little bit longer and get more of a stretch from the hards, as Luke's now put the throttle down around the final corner as the safety car was gone in. I don't remember seeing the call.
Yeah, neither do I. I didn't see it either. I was completely oblivious to that, but say he was.
Yeah, I just saw the safety car go in the pit lane, and then Luke put his foot down. I was like, all right, it's in. His Juice is looking to go down the inside, but can't quite get the move done into turn 1.
It's a bit of a hasty restart. I feel like I didn't really feel prepared.
No, mine still says safety car. Like,
yeah, but that's the bug. That's been in the game for months.
Yeah, I've got that, and then I don't remember seeing the call, but
Dynamic Duo having a bit of a loose rear end there through the fast left-hander.
Juice is all over the rear of Luke. He's itching to get by. He can. I think he either kept the temperature in his mediums better for the start, or
yellow flag. Oh, we've had a spinner. It's
Xmas. He's managed to get himself back going.
At the inside. Oh, the crash. You see, that was outrageous.
That was close.
That was naughty. I didn't appreciate that.
They've managed to settle themselves down, as it were,
Yeah, I see
aggressively
Alki.
side by side then.
I see Alki is just dropping off the back of Dynamic Duo a little bit more than Dynamic is of PW Jones, but Hilly is then just as far behind that. So I think that we might see Alki, give or take, in the front train or the train behind him. I don't know which one. He's currently the connector. But I think that the top 4 might be the people, or the top 5 will, top 4 or 5 will break off.
Well, he's
and
one
it'll
of
leave
our
everyone else
debutants,
stranded.
so he's had a good start so far, running in 5th, Alki.
Yeah. Makes
Right
you wonder where he
behind
places.
Dynamic. He's another one that he's only 2 tenths behind him as they're coming into the middle sector. He's right on his diffuser, coming up the long right-hander then. He's still close to him, so I'd expect, I mean, Dynamic is still in DRS himself, but I'd expect Alki, if he's that close, to look at a move down this straight on Dynamic for that P4.
He is hot on the tail. He is a predator looking at his prey. That prey is the Mercedes. You can see the Ineos. He's looking to go around that car. So I do hope he makes it cleanly. He's looking vulnerable. Dynamic. He's going to have
He is
higher
close,
slipstream
yeah.
effect on Dynamic. Then Dynamic will have a PW Jones. Dynamic burning the battery a little bit. You can tell by the amount he's gained there.
Oh, he had a little look. The Ferrari was having a little look behind there as I caught in the background, but couldn't make the move. That was Tico trying to make the move on Sid, I think, yeah. But couldn't quite, didn't have the confidence to send it on the brakes. He wasn't quite alongside Sid enough. But LR Luke has managed to keep the lead. Now, is this our 3rd lap since the safety car went in? Yeah, 3rd lap.
Being a consistent driver is the key.
Yeah, Juice is still hot on his tail, and Dynamic, he's flirting. He was, as they were coming into the middle sector then, he was flirting with the 1 second, but he's managed to chop a couple attempts back. So Dynamic's really having to try and find every little bit that he can to stay. Oh, God. I can see it changing. I wish I could just flick straight to the drivers like on PC, trying to go through them on console. It's like by the time you get there.
Alki on the inside of Dynamic Duo into turn 1 finally has the tools at his disposal. I don't know why I stood so much there. The tools at his disposal to get past. There's somebody's just gone on the grass there. I think it's PW Jones. I'm not sure what's happened there. Saw like a big grass, like, you know, when the car leaves a trail in the grass.
Yeah.
Alki pressing on his debut at the moment.
Yeah, he's right on the back of the podium positions here by lap 7. Plenty of race left.
Yeah, I believe there's some technical issues going on over in the tier 1 race at the moment.
This Juice has now fallen out of the DRS of Luke. So he's got a little bit. No, I don't think he's going to get it in time for this straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to hurt Juice now and put him right into the attack zone of PW Jones behind in 3rd. PW Jones he had a little peak, but thought better of it just yet. He knows there's plenty of laps in this race. Don't need to do anything stupid and make any unnecessary dives just yet.
Finish first you have to finish, said the greatest driver of all time, depending on your opinion. 7 world titles to his name. No drivers in this championship at the moment with a world title to their name. The only driver who has one is Leon, our champion, our star boy, who is not present in this championship. So we will have an inaugural champion, a new champion for the Tier 2 season this year, for the final season of F124. Speaking of F125, announced today, reverse racing is coming to the game. It appears they did tease it And I
Did they
believe that.
tease that? I didn't. I don't remember
Did
seeing
you
that
not
bit.
notice that? He comes
No,
out of the pit exit. Did you not see that?
no, I didn't. I'll have to look at
If
it
you
again.
if you're attentive, so did you know the moment where Carlos Sainz goes, "This is amazing," in
Yeah,
the trailer? If you look, they're going through turn three at Austria the wrong way, and if you do you know when Hamilton pits and he at Netherlands and then comes back out?
yeah.
If you're attentive, you'll see that he comes back out the pit entry.
Ah, okay.
And
No,
as
I
I
didn't
was
notice
saying that,
that.
PW Jones is overtaking Juice,
Yeah, just
and
gonna.
Luke is pulling away.
I was on board with PW Jones with that, so we did see that as Alex, our next victim to penalties, a 3-second time penalty.
Some
Got some
scrapping going on in the midfield, I believe.
scrap going on, yeah, between Swifty and the KFC bloke here. As a
Oh,
side by
that's a
side.
back out.
Oh, yeah. There's a good close, 6 of them, really close here. I did say in qualifying that I thought there was going to be quite a few cars in a close battle with how quick, like how close the quality times were, and here we are with a train of 6, 7 cars in the middle.
Huge loss.
Someone's just gone off, I think. Yeah, there's a McLaren.
It's turbo.
Yeah,
Oh,
got.
that's naughty. Naughty.
No, so yeah.
Naughty. I was on board with him. That's naughty. You're done, son. You're done.
Oh, yeah.
Race
I don't know
over for
what
you,
to
mate.
say.
That's poor. That's poor. Thankfully, only
That
virtual,
is
but it's
not
gifted strategic
on,
advantages to drivers.
That is all I can say. Is that is not the type of stuff that we. Is the right word condone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Condemn is when you say. So
yeah,
if you
that's the
condemn
one.
something,
That's
it's
not
bad.
the stuff. Yeah.
If you condone it, it's
We
good.
don't-
If you don't condone, then it's bad.
Yeah. There's a VSC. Luckily, it was only a quick VSC, and the
Some people are.
green flag has just been waved.
Oh, Dynamic Duo and Hilly are all in the pits. That's unfortunate
Yeah.
for them. They're
They've
rivals,
taken the
they're
stop,
off
but
to
these
stay out.
LR Luke and Alkai in second. These two have stayed out on the mediums. Lap 10. These mediums are going to start letting them know that they're hot in the next couple of laps. That's for sure.
Yeah.
As the mediums aren't really. They don't seem to last like that long, really. Before they start to give you a bit of grief, or more than a bit of grief.
Luke's
As we're
in.
seeing Luke now going in.
I think that Hilly and Dynamic might actually gain time because of some of their pit
Alkai's
was
staying out.
under VSC. So at least some of it
Yeah.
was, not all of it, but some. So depending on Luke's time,
While
can't
the
really- you can't
Delta
really
was
lose
still
out here.
active, they would have gained whatever time until the Delta went green, wouldn't they?
oh my god. They're going to jump
we've
him.
got-
It's going to be close with Hilly on the exit.
PW, yeah.
Oh, they're going to be side by side. It's that one nearly. No, he's just on the rear of Luke. Luke's going to have cold tires. He's got a loose rear end on the exit. Hilly has the knowledge and the warmer tyres.
The dynamic is a second and a half up in front, and Jones also on the fresh hards, yeah, fresh hards and juice. Sorry, juice, 3 of them. So it's just Tyrant King, the KFC bloke, and Alkai that are the guys up front that haven't stopped yet.
Yeah, Alkai has done 1 extra lap compared to some of his rivals. PW Jones still out there suffering. I think he might have made the wrong strategical call here.
Yeah, I think I mean KFC bloke's in second. He's on hards at the moment, so he definitely wouldn't have been wanting to stop at that point anyway, because that would have been the medium runners. So for him, it's still right in his strategy, I would say. Like, it's just say it's that, in fact, I would say that a KFC bloke probably it's helped him out because he can take these hards that little bit further now and have better mediums for the end of the race. You would think, but Yeah, so we've got these three at the front that next to stops. So I'm going to have a look at PW because Juice is right on the tail of PW now. Dynamics there with them. So we've got three of them battling here.
Yeah. We're trying to get to Dynamic. So does that mean Dynamic's pit and caught back up to PW? Or did PW Jones pit also? Oh my god, mate, I got that wrong.
I think PW did as well, yeah, he's on the same age tyres.
Oh yeah, they all pit.
PW,
Okay, so
Juice and Dynamic all went together, yeah. And then Luke is the one that went later after them. Yeah, the PW Jones, you can see how much the older tyres
PW Jones made a
causing
mistake,
problems for Tyrant. Yeah, because PW Jones still caught up to Tyrant pretty quick though. As KFC bloke is making a move. No, that's Galkai in the pit.
Smart move from Juice. Stays just inside PW Jones's ghosted car and takes the outside line with him to overtake Tyrant King. That's one of the smartest plays I've seen from a driver.
Yeah, it's caught the Williams ghosted then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Tyrant so far, you know, he's not had the best of not through, I'd say, any fault of his own. But he's not had the greatest of starts to the season, and I'm pretty sure he'll be sat there now.
Juice, big mistake through the chicane. Apologies for putting you off there, but he doesn't
That's cool.
lose the position.
Yeah, he's got the PW Jones right behind him now. I think if PW Jones stays within 6/10, I think anything further than 6/10, you struggle to get the overtake done. We've got a yellow flag.
He's lost half of his front wing. That's going to be red.
Oh, Alec down the Alpine.
It's a poor debut for him.
But some people, or should I say majority of people, do say this track is Monaco without walls. So, yeah.
Victim to it, or even with the no walls premise.
Yes, it just shows even with walls a bit further away, a tight track like this is still not an easy track.
I love this track.
It's never been a top one for me, like racing. I've started to enjoy it more recently. I'll say.
Alec retired in the pit lane. Oh, the KFC blokes off.
Yeah, just caught that.
And Dynamic going through.
Came on. I don't think he impacted anybody with his rejoin, so I thought that was all good. But Juice now taking the lead of this race currently, but he has got that, is it 3? Yeah, 3-second time penalty. So he's going to need to try and break that gap to these guys behind if he can.
Extras has crashed and we've had a safety car.
Oh, where is he? I can't go on him.
Someone's near him.
No, he's just at the end of sector 1. That was one of after the left-hander up the hill. This is full course. Is everybody already stopped?
Yeah.
So KFC bloke is the only guy who's not stopped yet. I think it still could be too early. Mediums, you know, asking them to go 20 laps.
I think people just go on with these tyres.
The people on the hards already, yeah, for sure. But
that's everyone. But KFC bloke.
No, KFC bloke hasn't stopped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's on the hards, but the mediums would struggle doing 20. I would think so. I don't think it's ideal timing for him to stop just yet. But
Swifty picked up
I'm not on the track, so I can't feel what it's like, and I can't see what their tyre wear is. But I think 20 laps would be a stretch for the mediums, going off of my own knowledge.
Yeah, lower fuel, and hopefully he might have some clean air when I don't know, the field breaks up a bit and he can make use of it, but we'll see.
KFC bloke's just got 10 seconds. That is not what he would have wanted. It's not what anybody wants, but that's definitely not what he wanted, because he was having a pretty decent race up to that point from where he started. Now he's in our current order. Our biggest gainer is Gamer in 11th with 7 positions gained.
Big gain for somebody whose first laps on the game likely were the first laps of this race. We're halfway through-ish, and we've had 2 safety cars.
Yeah, so he's been making his way through the field and got plenty of time to make some more if he can.
Unfortunately, I know that the Tier 1 race has not started yet due to the game being a little bit buggy, so anyone who's been redirected here, welcome. I'm very, very grateful to have you here. If you would like to join the community, !Discord. I'm very welcome to have you here along with us. 16 laps in.
Yeah,
and I've just seen the stream cut off, so I believe that the race may be rescheduled. So I can't speak on the definitive answer for that, but if you would like to be part of the community, yeah, welcome to everyone who's joining from YouTube.
Yeah, I would imagine we'll soon, after this, or find out what the issue was. We got a couple of people going into the pit, drive-through penalty, ignoring yellow flag for KFC bloke. We've got 3 cars that have gone, 3 cars that have gone into the pit. That's KFC bloke, Alkai and Swifty. Alkai's opted for the mediums. Ooh. Is he gonna 2-stop it, or is he gonna whisper to them tyres? Because he was he was up there in the podium positions, wasn't he? So unless he's hoping the safety car stays out so he can go put the hards back on, no, why? Because he didn't need to, did he? Because he.
Yeah, just going to give the rundown to folks joining over from YouTube. The stream has just ended for you guys, but the race for us is just getting started. Juice has, so we've had an early safety car after we had a lap 1 incident, and people just carried on, and then we had a virtual safety car that came out. We had people pitting just under a virtual safety car. Juice, PW Jones, Dynamic, and Luke were the front runners in that. Luke opted not to, and Alkai also was the 5th driver involved in that. He was 6th. Alkai opted not to pit until recently. The Dynamic duo, Juice and PW Jones all opted to pit under virtual safety car, and Luke pit the following lap. Only a portion of their pit time was served under VSC, so the gain under VSC was minimal, but it wasn't enough to swap the positions around. Now we are going to get underway. People are on older, hard tyres that they're going to have to focus on keeping nice and soft until the end, nice and nurtured. But it doesn't matter because Juice has stepped on it and he's got a jump on PW Jones. Dynamic Duo's looking 8/10 behind the PW Jones also. Luke is hot on the tail, so he's going to be regaining those positions that he unfortunately lost at the start. Alkai is already making up time into turn 1. I've just picked up on the fact that Juice has a penalty. I wonder how valid that is, so I wouldn't count him out Juice yet.
Yeah, I think it's just 3 seconds for him at the minute, though.
Focused on gaining time to everyone then, at any cost.
Yes, he's made a pretty decent start to that safety car going in. He's only got PW Jones. I mean, Dynamics just in the cusp of the DRS when it gets re-enabled as it stands, but yeah, he as LR Luke has just picked up a 3. I think that's his first
penalty. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, so that he was one that looked in contention to be one in contention for the win, so that's going to cost him as well. The same as it is going to for Juice as it stands, but anything can happen. Yep, as we say, as we know, there's still
Key.
plenty of laps left. We've just gone past the halfway point.
Key information for you now. Dynamic Duo has lost DRS to PW Jones, which means that PW Jones is free to attack Juice. Luke has attacked Dynamic Duo, his partner in crime, I suppose. He's got past and he's making it harder for them both to keep up with the Williams of the old-headed wise man who tops the championship at the moment, only driver to take up 2 wins this season. The other is Luke in 3 rounds. Wait, if it's round 5, how is... Who else? Oh, it's Fedge, Luke, Fedge, PW Jones, PW Jones. No. Fedge and Luke have won and PW Jones won and then he won again. That's how it happened. Now I remember. So
Yeah, we've had 4 winners
yeah,
so far. This is round 5.
3 winners in 4 races. Jones twice, Fedge and Luke has won. That's right, isn't it?
I think so. Fedge.
No, I'm sure that's right. Confident. Yeah, it is. Round 1, Fedge. Round 2, Jones. Round 3, Luke. Round 4, Jones. That's right. It's going to be round 5, Jones, as it stands. Last time out, had a great strategical masterclass, making it stick on dry tyres in the wet. Managed to dry up 2 laps before the end, and he gained so much time on Luke that he took that on track. We've got a yellow flag.
Hilly's dropped it. Yeah, Hilly's in the wall. He's got no front wing. He's dropped it out of turn 1.
Things that you hate to see is Hilly with damage on track.
I didn't see what happened. By the time I flicked onto him,
virtual.
I just saw the nose of his car in the wall. So, yeah, he's completely lost the front wing there. He's just a spike of the nose. That's gonna.
Contrary. Oh.
He's on the hards as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's 15 laps. The mediums would do that.
I tell you what, Dynamic Joe is struggling. He's lost the position to Luke, and now he's lost DRS. He's been dropped into the clutches of Sid's teammate and Tico, his rival. The other Ferrari hot behind his teammate there, so we've got a little scrap between Tifosi and the Mercedes there. But at the front at the moment, it's PW Jones consistently there. Juice and Luke hot behind. Luke has bridged that gap from Dynamic Joe to PW Jones, so he's well within this fight for P2.
Yeah, so Alkai is making his way up through on them mediums. He's just making a move now on the McLaren of Gamer into turn 1. Gets it stuck fully ahead by the time they're exiting, and then he gets a second helping of the short DRS run.
I wouldn't count him out for any good points yet. Other people with penalties.
He's had a pretty decent, strong race so far, hasn't he? He's shown some decent pace, battling with the front guys in that first stint.
I also wouldn't count out PW Jones picking up 3 seconds.
He's in a little penalty sandwich of these. Like, if he keeps his nose clean,
Just needs to keep it cool and collected, and he's won already.
Yeah, he's net P1 where he is. So yeah, he needs to keep them limits tight. Not do anything too irrational, because he can. Yeah, there's no need with the 2 cars around him having penalties.
He might be about to be forced into defending his position, but actually he's burnt a little bit of battery and he's looking more like an attack on Juice than it is a defense.
He wants it on track.
Of course he does. We all want it on track.
Yeah, we all do. Who doesn't? You can't call yourself a racer if you don't.
Alan Prost would disagree.
Yeah, 1 over a few mil. It's just like, well, you you no longer call yourself a racing driver if you don't go for a gap that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juice has held his ground so far though, on track since the safety car went in. He's stayed around that half-second mark on PW Jones since we got back under green flag conditions. The dynamic is fallen way off that DRS now, so that's going to make him prone to an overtake from Tico down this straight.
Especially with a knocking confidence like that. It's followed the leader here on the start-finish straight. Jones just gaining and gaining on Juice, but not enough to make the move.
Tico didn't seem to gain much down there. He had the wing open.
Luke's just done a hokey pokey on the exit of turn one. He struggled loads there and he lost quite a few tenths.
Mr. Jones is now making the push on Juice. Right on his diffuser now, 2 tenths.
I mean, as it stands, Dynamic Joe is still finishing second.
Yeah, currently with the penalties, if he doesn't fall away anymore. And with the way, if these guys are going to start battling at the front now, that's going to help him out even more than you know, as none of these guys are teammates, so they're not going to work together or anything like that to break away from the Packers. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2.
Hilly again.
It's
no,
for Hill.
Swifty.
No, yeah, it was Swifty, that one. So both the V carbs not having the greatest of times at the minute.
Dire times for them.
These three just they're so tight with each other. Like, you know, the gaps seem to just sit around the same in every corner. The 3 temps through that one, 3 temps through the third. They're so like closely matched on pace at the with the way they're racing at the minute. Nobody's going for that send I think it's just more managing that they're doing at the minute. They can see that there's still 11 laps left, and they can see what wear they have on them tyres, so they know whether, and you know, they're going to have enough grip left to take any sort of battle to the end.
Yeah, and the early.
As Sid has just retired.
Sid, man.
He's just looks like he's dropped it coming out of sector 2. He might have gone skateboarding on that curb on the left-hand side. Yeah, this has just changed what I was saying about nursing the hards. That's just completely nullified that. Because they're all on 14, 15 laps, so they're going to be loving this. Yeah, fresh mediums, 10 laps.
Okay, 10 seconds in the pit lane, no.
No, he's been having such a good debut. That's unlucky.
Oh, race on exit, PW Jones and Juice. Oh, just not close enough.
So that's Gamer who's gonna go up to P1 after everybody's stopping. And Piney in second. Piney in second? Is he stopped? Yeah, he's done 2 stops. He's on 10 lap hards. 14 positions gained, where he's sitting at the minute. And 17 positions gained for Gamer in first.
I wonder how long-lived that will be.
Yeah, on a track like this where the tyre deg is so high, I would imagine them older tyres, they'll become sitting ducks pretty quickly. Is this this is the 3rd full safety car, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a potential for one more.
Second.
Oh, it was VSC, wasn't it? No, I think this is 3rd. Because we had 1 lap 3, then we had that one. Yeah, this is 3rd.
When we didn't even know it came in, yeah.
So yeah. We still have the potential for one more. Hopefully there isn't, but there's the potential because I think it's 4 on reduced.
Never want to be maxing out the safety car counter, do you?
No. We've had 2 VSCs. I don't know what the count is for that. Don't ask me for that one. But hopefully we don't see any more now. Because we've had 6 of our starters currently not be able to make it to the finish.
Oh, I feel awful for Sid. I mean, what's he doing?
Yeah, I think he's gone skateboarding. Until I see in the chat or see any clips or speak to him or anything, I think from looking at where his car was on the track, I think he's taken too much of that curb on the left-hand side and it's lifted the car, and when he's tried to turn right, he's carried on going straight.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. I think on this game it's a lot harder to I think on 23 that curb unsettled the cars a lot easier than it does on this game. I don't seem to get unsettled by that curb as much anymore. Yeah, right here is where his car was, wasn't it? On the exit of this corner, so I think he's gone skateboarding. I'll soon find out afterwards, but see how good of a guess I had. But so Gamer didn't go in, so he's going to be the one to take us away. Yeah, we've had the call.
That's really random, but it was about the F1 trailer thing. You have to say it on stream. I'll find you. I'll find you on TikTok. Over on TikTok.
Yeah, as Gamer puts the foot down. Oh, caught Piney napping a little bit. Had half a second from the moment he did. And Juice is on the back of Piney. He's moving over. He's going to have a look as Piney goes to the slight contact between them. Unsettles Piney into turn 1. Juice does get past. And PW Jones also gets past with the momentum that Piney lost with that contact. As Piney now is dropping right down. I don't know if he's got damage. It doesn't look like he's got any damage, but it was definitely unsettled. Excuse me. Unsettled coming out of turn 1. Go back to these front guys as Luke and Gamer are battling in the chicane on the exit of the chicane. Gamer seems to have lost that contact, and Gamer's slightly spun. No damage from it. I think it was just wheel to wheel, and the game mechanics, rubber on rubber. It was like a bouncy ball.
Yeah. Juice is pulling away, and the following are Jones, Luke, and Dynamic. Alkai is there now as well on the harder 6-lap old hard, so he's going to be vulnerable, looking to defend instead of attack. Tyrant King following behind, one of the only people in the top 10 who don't have a penalty.
I think Tyrant King will be pretty pleased with where he is at the moment. Like I am kind of like on a personal scale. I'm sort of rooting for him because obviously I've watched every race and done the comms on every race and seen how unlucky he's been, and just these little mistakes, little moments, and to be able to see him finish in a decent position, I'll be happy for him. I must say on a personal level.
I wonder who will. Jones, Dynamic don't pick up penalties. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, Jones and Dynamic are in a prime position here. It's a battle between them two, really. They don't need to worry too much of making a move on Juice unless they're close to penalties themselves and think that they might pick it up, but they sort of just need to worry about each other more than ahead and just staying within that 3 seconds. Says we're going on to 29 now, so there's 7 laps remaining. But they've got a fair gap to Luke. Not Luke. Jones and Juice. That's what I'm saying. I've got a fair gap to Luke and Dynamic as they're battling at currently around turn. Is that turn 3? Yeah, because the kink is turn 2, isn't it?
Yep.
Dynamic's been pretty consistent though.
Yep.
He's been unfortunate with his finishing positions, but when he has been running in the races, he's sort of been around this area at near enough every race so far. So he is one of our consistent drivers.
Yeah, I'm just watching a lovely camera view on a helicopter following PW Jones through the
I wish
first
I had
sector.
that.
Lovely, it just ended. But he is high on the tail.
I love the helicopter.
Right now.
See, that is a feature I would like them to add into the new game, is being able to select the replay camera. Yes. So you could select the broadcast, or you can go onto a specific, you know, the helicopter cam or something like that, instead of only getting it as and when the game decides. No, we got everybody's within a second up to So Nobody Cares at the moment. So we've got 8 cars all within DRS of each other as we go into the 30s of this 35 lap race.
Funny Penguin, unfortunately, he was flying high at the start of this race, now falling back a little bit.
Yeah, he got really unsettled in turn 1 and then lost a lot of positions from there and just sort of kept losing out. Couldn't get himself back settled until the end of that lap. But Alkai's back up there. He has got that penalty, but he's got himself back up into the top 5. It's just
Only a few laps to go now.
yeah,
PW's. Really
I think he's looking more behind him because he knows Dynamic's there. And as long as he keeps Luke behind him and between him and Dynamic, then his job's a good one for him. His D Summers in the chat says Piney got bullied on the safety car. Restart, yeah, that's, that would be one way to put it. He definitely did. He had a little moment with one car, and then he just seemed like the momentum that he lost. He just lost more positions all the way through the rest of that lap.
Yeah, 4 and a bit laps remaining. We've got multiple cars in the contention for the win. Dynamic and Alkai. Oh, just Dynamic. It could still well be within a shout for the win here. Should an incident unfold ahead, he just needs to be there to pick up the pieces.
Just realised I had that thing on for a while. Just looking at penalties. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, we're getting into the final 3 and a bit, 3.5, including the last. Yeah, my maths wasn't mathing then. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. We've got, it looks like Hilly again, possibly. Yeah, Hilly's spun again, and he's lost some of the right side of his plate. Hilly is not having a good day today, which is sad to see, as he is newly back to the game. He's been back for a couple of weeks now, but he's not had the best of days today. Well, certainly for this last stint.
Gameless tyres at this point. 21 laps old, that's rough.
Yeah. I think these 5 at the front, I think in these next couple of laps we're going to see some exchanges going on, because they are right on each other. As Alkai is looking at Dynamic, I think that's as Jones is going down the inside on Juice. Jones is going for it now. He wants that lead now on track, and he's got it easily done in the DRS by turn 1. Then he can get the wing open and have the second helping down to run down to turn 3.
This means that Luke will have the opportunity he's been looking for to overtake Juice and take P2 on track.
Yeah, so that's the battle between them two on track now, and Dynamic is right there behind, which will, as it stands, take the net P2. So yeah, it's Juice and LR are pretty much battling, because Alkai, yeah, they're pretty much battling for the podium position, because Alkai is on a penalty as well. And Tico is hanging in there, he's not far behind, so they need to make sure that, you know, he doesn't get too close to them in these next couple of laps either. Juice is already a second, he's already out of DRS on PW, so PW has put the foot down during that lap and said, see you later, to Juice and Luke.
Gone.
Yeah, he is gone, and he is just, right, that's it. It's, as my favourite quote, it's hammer time for him. So yeah, the main battle at the front is Juice and Luke for the remaining podium position. Alkai is right on the diffuser of Dynamic. He's pushing him through, practically pushing him through this middle sector.
That is its end. Juice is looking like he's going to take his 3rd victory of the season. I mean, can you fault him? I told you this was the defining race of the championship, and I think this tells us everything we need to know.
Yeah, Jones is, as he normally does, he's led a good race all the way through. He's been near the front right since the beginning, and looked like a deserved winner, as any one of the top 5 are deserved winners from today's race for me.
I mean, it's not been boring, it's just been lacking that scrap.
Yeah, the switching, the overtake, yeah, it's sort of been follow the leader kind of thing.
Who's going to falter, who's going to be able to stay with us, this is what I've seen,
But Jones has kept that second so far. Juice is flirting with it. That will help him in his battle with Luke. Yeah, he's in the DRS as we're coming round, so it's going to help him defend Luke off for this final run. Little bit of a run to the line. As PW Jones comes round, and he takes his 3rd win here in OTLR. EU2, and Dynamic jumps up into 2nd.
I didn't know that Alkai had a 10-second self-penalty.
Yeah, Alkai did. He had a 3. Yeah, so Dynamic does get that 2nd place, and Juice, with that battle with Luke, Juice is the one that comes out on top and claims the 3rd and final pole position. And then Luke following then in 4th. Tyrant King with a very strong race after, as I was saying, his unfortunate couple of races at the start of this season. He's managed to pull out a 5th. I would imagine he is very, very happy with that himself. And then Tico following in 6th, Gogo 7th, Alki drop into the 8th, Swifty ninth, and then Nobody Cares rounding out the top 10.
What a race. I mean, it's been a good race, and I'm very grateful for everyone's turn out. I'm sorry that the Tier 1 race had its faults today,
Yeah,
and
and
it takes longer
earlier
all day.
today as well. Like, people turning up, making the effort to turn up that little bit earlier. As when you're used to things being at a certain time, you know, it can unsettle, but everybody, as you see, we had a pretty decent grid, so everybody dealt with it.
Who do we? It's Dynamic and Juice. Interviews, if you want to ask.
Yeah, they're the Xbox boys. Sorry, PW. I suppose we could. No, there's no way of doing it. Apologies there for a little quiet period. I was just grabbing the results. That's now a hat trick for Jones. I think Juice is gonna join us. I'll just quickly find him. No. Apologies, guys. We're just waiting for these guys to join in, and then we shall find out. Yeah, I think Dynamic. They said that they were going to join. Well, I think Juice did. It doesn't look like anybody is at the minute, so I guess if nobody's joining, then that will be us for today.
No interviews for today.
I've sent invites.
Give it a little bit.
Yeah, Dynamics typing. I'll just give him a second. You invite? I have, mate. I have. No, I've sent 3 invites, and yeah, it's not. No, it's not. It's not going to do it. It keeps saying invite failed. So there's something going on with the Xbox party, and it's just said that Tom's now disconnected. So yeah, unfortunately, Xbox is being classic Xbox, and I'm not going to be able to get that done by the looks of it. So yeah, with that, thank you for watching. Uh, we'll be back on Monday for round 6 in Japan with the AM tier. We'll be back to 2 a.m. UK time because our clocks go forwards this Sunday. So we'll go back to the original 2 a.m. compared to the American time, where we've been at 1 a.m. past couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll be back on Monday 1 a.m. Sorry, I'm even getting it wrong myself. We're back on Monday 2 a.m. for Japan round 6, which will mark the halfway point of season 3. So yeah, thank you for watching. I've been the lanky one. I did have OTLR Tom C with me, but the party with trying to get them guys in for interviews is messed up, and he is no longer here. So I will say goodbye for him, and we'll see you next time.